Boom! Welcome back to the Simba the Speaker channel. I am Simba the Speaker, your cleaning guide to cleaning business success. Where this channel is where we talk about the remote cleaning business model, how to start, automate, and scale your remote cleaning business model. The beauty of this is the concept that we talk about here can be used for any home services, and you could do those home services remotely as well. Yes, you could do those services remotely as well. I want to say, if you are new to the channel, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification. We drop videos every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Yes, every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. As well, at the end of this video, if you liked the video, if you felt that I gave you value, if you felt that I put in effort to give you some value within this video, it would mean everything if you can give me a thumbs up on this video. It does not cost you anything to give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, any comments, type them down below in the comment section. I will try to get back to everybody as soon as possible. I'm getting better at replying to comments, so please, that would be perfect. As well, if you look in the detail section of this video, right? If you look at the detail section, we have a couple links that I want you to explore. First, we have our Remote Cleaning Business University. Yes, our Remote Cleaning Business University, where we talk about how to start, automate, and scale a remote cleaning business. As well, let's say you're looking to start a remote cleaning business, right? Let's say you want to use the money to become an entrepreneur, or maybe you want to keep it 9 to 5, which is something people do, but you want to pay off debt. You want to start a college fund for your kids, or you may even want to be able to take your family on a vacation at the end of the year, beginning of the year, whatever. And so just book the consultation with me. We'll do the one-on-one, right? And it's a free consultation, right? Because sometimes you may have the money, but you don't have the time or the know-how, right? So just book a consultation. We can kind of talk about how to actually get that going. As well, if you are new to this channel, or even if you are old to this channel, be sure to watch all the videos. Please be sure to watch all the videos. I always say a lot of the time the videos stack up on one another, right? They stack up upon each other. And what I mean by that is certain videos will address different things that I talked about in other videos. So by the time you watch these older videos, you kind of get an understanding of some of the things I may be talking about in my newer videos. Yes. Excuse me. But today, so I don't take too much time, I want to go straight into the topic today, right? I want to go straight into the topic. Should you clean houses yourself first? Should you clean houses yourself first? I think that is a very important topic, as a topic that comes up a lot, and people kind of don't know how to address or handle that topic. So we have people that, because sometimes we have it where someone's starting a cleaning business, they don't know if they should start cleaning first, or maybe they are cleaning first and they don't know how to transition. So I want to talk about that today. Interesting enough, when I started the cleaning business, I started cleaning first. For me, it was a horrible decision. I sucked at it, right? But it doesn't mean necessarily it's a bad decision or a good decision. But we'll talk about, what you should do and what makes sense, right? Because at the end of the day, we are looking to run a remote cleaning business, which means we're looking to run the business from our laptop and keep our expenses very low. So let's get straight into it. Should you clean houses yourself? So I have the reasons you might clean 1 or 2 jobs, and the reasons you don't need to clean at all, right? And I want you to look at how I say you don't need to, right? If you would like to do the cleaning, right, that is completely up to you if you want to do the cleaning, right? But you don't necessarily have to. You do not necessarily have to actually do the cleaning. So with that being said, I want to take a look at this, right? So the reasons you might clean 1 or 2 jobs. So doing a few jobs can help you understand realistic timing. So maybe you do a couple jobs to understand how much time it takes to do some bedrooms and bathrooms. You may want to be able to understand the scope of work better. So maybe you want to understand the resources and the things it takes to actually get the work done. Maybe you want to be able to build a better checklist. So maybe you want to be able to do the work to understand, okay, like with certain houses, certain apartments, certain builds of property, this is what a deep clean looks like. This is what a standard clean looks like. This is what a move out, move in cleaning looks like, right? Another thing you want to be able to look at is knowing what to look for in contractors. If you do end up doing one or 2 jobs, maybe you do it, because you want to see, okay, I know exactly what the contractor, what type of skills the contractor should have, what type of equipment the contractor should have, what does that look like, what is punctuality when it comes to getting there on time, what does that look like, right? Communication, customer service, you may do that so that you can kind of figure out what that looks like. But I did end it off, and this is important, it is not required. I just want to put that out there. It is not required. So these are some reasons why you might want to do 1 or 2 jobs yourself, right? And that is completely up to you on how you want to focus and how you want to get that done, right? Some people want to get experience in the field before getting out the field. I completely understand it, which is why I always say I won't come on here and say, hey, it's bad if you do the couple cleanings yourself. No, No. I'm not gonna shame anybody for wanting to do a couple cleanings themselves. But what I will say is that it's not required. You don't have to. Like I said, once again, like for me, I try to do one or two cleanings myself. The first cleaning I sucked. It was really bad. They didn't call me again. It was not good. It took forever. They did not like the cleaning because I didn't understand cleaning. And cleaning was not my forte, right? And so sometimes you have to understand like what is your forte. You have to understand what are you good at, what do you specialize in. And if it's not that thing, just because you don't specialize in that thing doesn't mean that you have to actually be the one to do it. So that leads us to our second point here: reasons you don't need to clean at all. So once again, I'm not gonna say reasons it's bad or reason it's good. I have reasons that you do not need to clean. Now I just realized actually that I have this here. We're gonna move this up. Actually, you know what? I want to move this to the side a little bit. Let's move this to the side. Let's move this to the side. Let me see if I can get it going for you guys. Boom. Okay, perfect, perfect. Yeah, that's okay. We can leave it. We can leave this here. Actually, let's see if I can just. That's what I'm gonna do. You guys get to see the work firsthand. Boom. We'll do it like that. So nonetheless, the reasons you don't need to clean at all, your role is different. You could bring the wrong identity and it slows system building. Let's go through this real quick. I want to get through this video for you guys. Your role is different. In a remote model, you are marketing, scheduling, handling customer service, managing contractors. Your job is operations, not labor. So when you decide to do the remote cleaning business model, what we are specializing in is these things, right? A lot of the back end and admin tasks. The reason we do it remote and sub out the work to subcontractors is because we don't want to focus on the labor. The point is not focusing on the labor. A lot of people don't understand that just because you have a cleaning company does not mean that you actually have to do the cleaning, right? And so a lot of people actually like doing laptop work. They like marketing. They like scheduling. They like handling customer service. They like being a manager, delegating, right? And so they come into the cleaning business industry not realizing that there's a way that you can still do that and not clean. So when we look at reasons not to clean at all, right? Reasons that we don't need to clean, we need to understand that one of the reasons that you don't necessarily have to clean is because our role is different. When we come into the remote cleaning business or we use the remote cleaning business model, we use this model purposely to not clean, right? We use it to make sure that we are working on the back end of our business. The second thing or the second reason you don't necessarily need to clean is because you could build the wrong identity, right? If you start cleaning, you may attract clients expecting you personally. It might be harder to transition, harder to position as an agency. It might bring some problems when it comes to clarity and branding. Look, let's say you start cleaning and people love you, right? And you got reoccurring clients. People may only want you, and the minute they don't get you, they may fall off, right? And so you'll lose those reoccurring clients later. In terms of transitioning, I'll be honest with you, right? When I started the remote cleaning business, right, I was taking the calls, right? And I was taking the calls, And because I was taking the calls and I was so good at taking the calls and closing clients, it became so much harder for me to sit there and transition out of it because I was so good at it, right? I was so good at closing the calls. So what tends to happen is that when you start to do things, it makes it hard for you to transition because maybe you're really good and it makes it hard for you to get out of that it makes it hard for you to get out of that role, right? So it's harder to position as an agency. And then when it comes to clarity, and branding, right, you might become the face of the brand, right? You might become the face of the brand when it comes to that. And so when it comes to you becoming the face of the brand, it might be harder for you to change up the branding where you become the face and now you want to fall back and not be the brand. You want to fall back and not be the brand. My apologies, y'all. Okay, so with that being said, you don't want to be in a position where you it becomes difficult for your branding to actually switch up because you're the face of the brand, but now you're trying to fall back and be on the back end, in which you may not be seen as much. So it makes kind of that branding transition harder as well. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is slow system building down, right? So look, the advantage, going back to what it's saying here, the advantage as a remote cleaning business owner is that you get to build systems, automation, you can scale, right? Cleaning yourself puts you in operation instead of leadership. It's harder to sit there and scale your operations when you're cleaning. I've seen it before. Cleaners are taking calls, answering calls, trying to schedule bookings. So the problem is you can't dedicate 100% of your time are two different things, right? So imagine that you're at a client's house and you're taking calls and scheduling cleanings while you're not giving the client's property 100% of your attention, right? And so it could be a weird thing. Or let's say you give the client 100% of your attention. Let's say you give the client 100% of your attention. What happens? Actually taking calls, scheduling client, your actual business falls off because you're not being able to take as much business as possible. So with that being said, as you can see through here, in my opinion, there are a lot more advantages not cleaning than there are cleaning. Now, if you do want to start by cleaning, more power to you, right? I get it. Maybe you want to understand the industry, and that's 100% okay. But I will say that there's more power to you when you actually do not clean and simply focus on the actual scaling of the company, the automation, the systems, right? And focus on the branding in terms of sending out cleaners as well as focus on the scaling aspect. All of these things are going to make you more money. This is the thing with it. Let's say you start cleaning. You only have 24 hours in a day. Half of that you're probably sleeping. The other half, or the other percentage of that, you're actually doing your own thing, whether it be eating, family, taking care of your personal life. There is only so much. There's only so much work you can do by yourself. That's the honest truth. There's only so much work that you will be able to do by yourself. But with these three, when it comes to actually getting a subcontractor, all you working on is this, or all you working on is this, or all you working on is this, you can actually scale as big as possible because your time is not limited to sitting there and having to do and clean everything, right? You're not the what we call a solopreneur where you're literally doing everything, right? So with that being said, once again, I don't fault you for doing a couple cleanings, but if we're talking about actually becoming an actual business, right, and being able to build that foundation and scale, you are better off not cleaning, right? You are better off not cleaning. But the question is, should you clean houses at first? Like I said, you can clean houses at first, but it's not necessary because I think about it as time, right? You can never get your time back, right? You can make money, but you can never get your time back. The same amount of time that you're taking to clean houses could be the same amount of time that you're investing into scaling your business. So with that being said, I just wanted to make that, I wanted to make that video and talk about that because I know a lot of times people have this misconception. I think it's a limiting belief that they actually have to be the one to clean in order to enter the cleaning industry, and that is a limited belief. You don't have to be the one to clean, right? You could work on, like I said, when we're running the remote cleaning business model, you could work on, or what you should be working on is building that online storefront, marketing, and handling customers until you can scale and actually get someone else to do that as well. So you don't have to clean, right? It's not a requirement. I think that is something that I do want to let people know so that we can take away or take away this limited belief. Excuse me, I feel like I had to burp. But we could take away this limited belief. And so, if you do want to, more power to you. But at the same time, that same amount of time that you'll start cleaning, the same amount of money you'll get cleaning supplies and gas and driving, you can invest into just scaling or starting and automating the business and potentially scaling the business. So with that being said, thank you for being here for this video. Once again, if you are new to this channel, subscribe, hit the bell notification. We drop videos every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Like I said, if you got value from this video, feel free to give a thumbs up. It would mean the world to me as well. It doesn't cost you anything. If you have any questions or want to comment, leave a comment in the comment section. You can go to the details of this video, click the link to join the community and book a one-on-one consultation. Maybe you were about to clean, but you're like, you know what? I don't want to clean. I just want to start this business. You're like, well, how do I do that, right? How do I do that without cleaning? Book a one-on-one consultation. The consultation is free. We can get going, talk about how you can start this business without actually having to clean. And once again, I think I told you guys hit the bell notification Tuesday and Thursdays. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. If you're new to this channel, even if you're old to this channel, watch the rest of the videos. I always say that. Watch the rest of the video, watch the old videos because they stack up upon one another, and that will give you the best chance of succeeding in this industry. I will see you all later.